wise, he's huge, right? Like clothing brand wise on Instagram and socials. But like, I'll give you I'll give you what he's saying, but from the perspective of a brand owner that's making maybe 3K, 5K, 6K a month type shit, and then explain it to you guys in simple terms. And even though Marshall does a very good job at explaining in a very
My
simple manner.
content somewhere on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And from the outside, my life probably looks pretty cool. Having a brand that employs multiple people and pays my bills, being able to make clothes and make videos every day for a living, having an awesome team of people that I get to travel around with and shoot videos with, and being able to just be creative as a job. But a few of you guys may have gone a little bit deeper, and maybe a few of
That's the dream, by the way, bro. Just traveling with a group of people, experiencing new things, shooting content.
know that life didn't always look like this for me. And maybe even fewer of you know that when I was 17, I crashed my car. My mom died in the seat beside me, and my relationship with my dad fell apart. And then my stepmom and my dad decided I needed to leave and be separated from the family, so they kicked me out. And, maybe a few of you saw the 4 years afterwards that I spent miserable. Some of you guys saw me get into fitness and then get into clothing and then get into fashion, just looking for my in to the cool kids table, looking for my people that were going to accept me as one of their own. And if you paid close enough,
Again, currently in that process right now, building on my personal brands. It's a very weird and lonely space because a lot of the people that you're around you cannot relate to at all. But you can also relate to the people that you're trying to hang out with because you don't have the results to hang around or be around them. You know what I'm saying?
you might have noticed that behind all the get ready with me videos and the gym videos and the YouTube funny haha vlogs, I didn't have a single reason to wake up excited for anything. I didn't have people who just got me and understood me and liked what I liked and felt the way that I felt. And I honestly just felt completely alone and isolated in this little world inside my head. And now, fast forward to today, I am so grateful to be able to say this, but I honestly have every single one of those things. I don't have life figured out by any means, but I do wake up every day feeling like God put me on a mission that nobody but me can complete. I walk into an office of people who see my vision, who trust my vision, and who work with me on the brand projects every single day so that we can all put food on our tables and pay the bill.
And that's the most beautiful part that I've experienced so far with running a clothing brand, bro, is just being able to work with my business partner and create something that, or take something that was in either my head or his head and pay and have somebody help build it out and help create it. Like that's technically a team. It's not a very big one. It's not as big as Marshall Cruz. But bro, I genuinely wake up excited as fuck every day knowing that, hey, I got new pieces coming in on like new pieces coming in from the manufacturer that I plan to drop in a month. Like that's my literal current situation. Like I have pieces being shipped to the United States as we speak. And I'm just so excited about these new pieces because even if it doesn't sell out, I'm just happy with the way that they came out. They're pushing way more towards my niche, and it's just way more cohesive compared to like the last few designs that I did like to my brand world. So it's just really exciting. Like I wake up genuinely excited as fuck every day is another day to create.
And do it in a way that fulfills.
And you guys can do the same thing. This is one of the things where I 100% do believe starting a clothing brand is one of the best things you can do. Is because it opens and it opens and uses so many creative avenues. Like in high school, I'll go back to an example to kind of help why I ended up getting into clothing brand. I took a photography class because I wanted to be a YouTuber. I wanted to be a vlogger, right? So I took photography, and while taking photography, I learned so much about cameras, composition, contrast, how to, edit with the settings of the camera and play with it to change how cameras and photos came out. And that's when I first learned about how to use Photoshop. And from there on, I realized like, well, I actually like taking pictures a lot. Then another friend of mine started up a clothing brand, and I was like, well, I do have an affinity for clothes. And I remember looking at his clothes, and I was like, well, these are not really good clothes. I hate. And I was like, well, no, I have a natural affinity for clothes, and I've always picked out my clothes since I was like 3 or 5 years old. So like, why don't I try to create a brand? boom, here we are. But like it's such a good avenue, bro, because you're gonna learn about filming, like so videography, photography, marketing, funnels, um, logistics. What else are you gonna learn? You're like scaling your clothing brand is going to make you such a better person on the end of it, because I feel like after you scale a clothing brand, you should be able to scale any other business. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm just because of everything that you learn from the clothing brands. Really nice.
Creatively, and it's
And I just
fun.
ranted and
I
yeah,
get to shoot videos
so
and
hard.
plan creative concepts every single day that other people can enjoy and rally around and resonate with. And all of these people and experiences and activities that I wake up looking forward to every day, I did not used to have. I had none of those things. I was alone, isolated, unhappy, without.
Damn. Like right now, I am alone, isolated, but it's just because a lot of people cannot relate to me, especially in a small town. I cannot wait to move out of this. It's just I feel like no one can really relate to me, and or the people that I want to relate to. Like I said, I don't have the enough results to relate to them yet. Like I want to be around that crowd, but I just don't have the results to do it.
Direction. I was literally just existing. So where did I find all of that? Was it frontal lobe development? Was it a morning routine? Was it mushrooms? How did all of that change for me?
You know, I'm not going to yap too much, but I will say mushrooms help my creativity. Not suggesting that people go do them, because not everyone is mentally set up the right way. You might have a bad experience. I don't want to put anybody in a bad. It did help me.
Well, the decision that changed everything for me was in April of 2023, when I decided finally, after doing social media for several years, working with clothing brands for several years, that I was going to build a clothing brand. And if you've landed on this page and you've watched until now, it's because part of you knows that it wants to build something similar, that it wants to create something that will draw in everything that your heart desires. It knows that you have this creative energy that is pent up inside of you, this desire to make something rather than just consuming everything and being the person watching all the Instagram reels and scrolling through the ads and buying shit online.
Like some of us genuinely, that feels weird for us. Like don't get me wrong, I'm a big ass consumer when it comes to everything that I like and that I create, but I feel like you damn near gotta be. But what I will say about it is, yeah, it's that if you feel any of those things, bro, start. Just start. Like it's a creative door that opens up so many different paths and avenues. Eventually, let's say you scale your clothing brand, but you don't want to run your clothing brand anymore. Okay, now you can start teaching other clothing brands how to grow in the clothing brand space, or how to grow an e-com business, how to scale your personal brand. There's just so many different avenues, like I said.
Soul desires to create something for other people. Your soul desires to create something, not just a product, a world, a way of being, a philosophy, a culture, a group of people that all identify in the same way, and then that share the same emotions and the same interests and can communicate with each other without that barrier of like, oh, are we into the same things? Maybe not, so why even try, right? You're probably a creative person. You probably always have been. You've probably always enjoyed art. You've probably always enjoyed music. You probably have a unique taste. You probably enjoy things and activities and art that probably don't even make a lot of sense, that not a lot of people around you enjoy, but you enjoy them. And maybe underneath all of that, maybe there's something else. Maybe you feel like your brain is a little bit different than other people. Like maybe something you've been through has changed the way that you think and feel. And you've probably felt this your whole life. And I know that you feel this because you probably are only here because you saw another video that I specifically made to speak to those types of people. People like you, people like me, because we're different. We think differently. We feel differently. And that's not something anybody wants to say out loud, but it's a fact. And you know, I think some of you are actually glad that you're different, that you feel different. Some of you have realized, like myself, that it's actually an advantage and an opportunity, and maybe, just maybe, could be a leg up in this arena, in this game that we call life. And I know that itch better than anyone. All right. For years, I told you, I floundered. I went in and out of this. I tried everything. And I'm telling you right now, that was a miserable place to live in. It's like sitting on the one thing that makes you, you, and just wasting it because you don't know what to do with it, right? It's like finding a gold brick and not having anywhere to exchange it for money. But let me tell you what's on the other side of that. All right. Whenever I walk out of my apartment, and I am walking down Main Street in downtown Los Angeles, and I see a guy wearing a hoodie that I dropped 4 months ago. And I imagine this guy putting it on in the morning and walking out of his door, standing a little bit straighter than normal, feeling a little bit more confident than normal, feeling like he got some shit on. That is maybe one of the greatest feelings that you can ever experience.
This is so facts, and I experienced this with my last piece that I dropped, which is the girl is a gun piece. Bro, actually seeing people genuinely fuck with it, genuinely rocking it on their off time, genuinely rocking it on their off days, genuinely seeing them rock it just casually is such a beautiful feeling, even if it isn't like hundreds of people, bro. Just seeing 20, 30, 40 people in my piece, my t-shirt and my piece, it's just happy, bro, because it makes me so happy because that I created something that didn't exist. I took inspiration from things that did exist and then used those things to bring something completely new into life. And to see people enjoy it is so much more fulfilling to me personally than buying a nice, crazy super item. And it's like the crazy super item is just going to become another regular item, you know, a month after that or a month later. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really, you know, it's just a different feeling.
That you created something that lives out in the world and makes somebody else's life a little bit better, that makes somebody else feel like something was made for them, right? Like they feel seen, they feel heard. That is a feeling unmatched by anything else. And that is one of the greatest feelings of fulfillment that I will ever feel. That's why I love doing pop-ups. If you guys haven't seen, I do, you know, pop-ups where I'll rent out a storefront or I'll rent out a warehouse and just have everybody from the brand pull through. And it's just a big fucking hangout where, you know, we'll have 100, 200 people just hanging out, drinking beers, enjoying clothes, talking about life, making friends, and it's awesome. And that makes me wake up excited to build. That makes me wake up like I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to get more of that feeling, whatever it is. And I say whatever it is like I don't know what it is. It's impact. Impact. That is the feeling that you experience whenever you are able to make someone's life better through something that you made with your hands and your brain and your heart. And that is priceless. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to host a free 3-day online event. I have failed more times than most people will ever even try. And
that's just how the game goes too, bro. You have to fail, especially in the clothing brand or the e-com business part of business, bro. Because one, everyone's probably doing the same business as you. Two, they probably have more money than you already doing it or starting it. Three, they already have established connections and a built-in name. Four, you're not a product designer usually when you're starting out. You're just some person that just has all these ideas in your head. So a lot of them, and then so like a lot of them, whenever they come out or you finally design them, it's just not gonna look like how you imagine them. You might have thought a product was gonna go insane, it was gonna do crazy. You personally really enjoyed the product, but as soon as the product drops, it flops. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. That happens a lot. Or you thought that this video was gonna blow you up. It was gonna be the next big thing in your marketing campaign, and it gets 300 views. These are things that happen while building a clothing brand, bro, and it's just completely true. Another thing that I also want people to know, like I said this in my other video, do not always just expect to make money with this shit. What I mean by money is do not expect to make profit off of this, especially early on, bro. Like you really need to just be making money off of the business, then put back in the business to scale. All you have to do.
spent years banging my head against a wall to get my brand to where it is. Nonetheless, you know, to 7 figures. Now, the truth is there's plenty of people just like me, plenty of people who had maybe a harder upbringing and had that creative desire. And most of them are not really in a great place. A lot of people like that resort to drugs. A lot of them resort to violence. A lot of them resort to self-harm. They have to get those feelings and emotions out in some way, so they do it in a way that's destructive to them. And I did that for a long time. You know, lots of alcohol, lots of drinking, lots of partying, lots of sex, lots of drugs. And literally the only difference between me and all of those people was one day I said, you know what? Enough of doing things that destruct me, right? Doing things that hurt me. I'm going to give of myself, and I'm gonna do something that like boosts me in life. I'm gonna take action. So instead of waiting on this big life-changing, life-altering moment to come to me for me to finally be happy, I'm just gonna make that shit for myself. And that is the only reason that I'm where I'm at today. And that's exactly why I am running this 3-day event, because I want to encourage people to follow suit, take control and responsibility for the outcome that they get in life. And I want to encourage people to just, if you feel alone, if you feel like you're in pain, just create your own medicine, create your own community, create your own outlet to express those feelings and to get creative and make something that you like, that satisfies you, that wakes you up every single day and gets you out of bed, that you see other people enjoying and get fulfillment from, knowing that you're making an impact on their life by creating something that helps you and also would probably help them, somebody like you. So yeah, that's part of the reason. The other part is just because, bro, building a brand is cool as shit. All right, it's the coolest job probably on the planet. Everybody in their lifetime has probably thought about starting a brand. Very, very, very few people take any kind of action towards building it because most people think that they can't do it, right? They don't know how to do it. There's lots of steps and lots of skills involved in building it, and it takes a long time and things of that nature. People make all kinds of excuses for themselves, but very few people actually start. And what I want to do is, over the course of
All right, so it's not gonna lie. The video, I actually messed with the message video, but it does kind of sound like a promotion for his 3-day masterclass, but which I'm not hating. You have to get attention to get people in it to eventually upsell a course or something. We know the game. I'm not judging. It's smart, okay, and it's gonna work, and he's gonna help out a lot of people. But what I'm gonna take from this, what I want people to leave this video with, is this shit is not easy. It's so not easy. I wish that it was as easy as it did look on the socials, bro. For building a clothing brand, when you see all these people with like the Shopify clips and all the Shopify notifications, $100, $100, $100, $100, and then, you know, they're making 2, 3, 10K a day and all this. It's like, bro, to get to that, bro, they had to fail. They had to post so many flops. They had to make pieces that nobody bought. They had to get scammed by a manufacturer. They had to get scammed by models. They had to do this, this, and that. They had to spend hours on designing a one piece just for not to get any sales or get 5 sales. They've had to do all of these things, including Marshall Cruz himself and including myself, bro. I've had drops where, like I said, I basically made no money, not even revenue. Like, just ordered bulk and it basically sat out, and I basically ended up giving it away damn near. Done that before. But now me and my business partner, we're heading in a direction where we're gonna start really selling out drops. So it's like really exciting, and it's really, I don't know, it's just it's a great type of feeling, man. I don't know how to explain it, but that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It is your boy Hockey, and I am out. Peace.